Deadly Illusions. The film centers on Mary Morrison, a wildly successful novelist who has made a fortune writing erotic thrillers. She's rich, famous, creatively blocked, and married to Tom Morrison, a clinical psychologist who spends his days helping other people manage their minds, while quietly failing to manage his own marriage. Mary hasn't written in a long time. Her publisher Elaine pressures her to produce one last book. The offer is obscene money, the kind that bulldozes artistic resistance. Mary agrees on the condition that she can focus completely on writing. Enter the solution that will absolutely not go wrong. Elaine hires Grace, a young, soft-spoken nanny, to take care of Mary and Tom's twin daughters. Grace is polite, observant, emotionally intelligent, and just unsettling enough to register as interesting rather than dangerous. This is your first warning sign. Everyone ignores it. At first, Grace is perfect. The children adore her. Mary can write uninterrupted. Tom appreciates the help. The house runs smoothly. Grace blends in so well that she almost becomes invisible. Almost. Mary begins noticing Grace watching her, listening, mimicking her speech patterns, wearing similar clothes, sharing intimate emotional moments that feel slightly too intimate. Grace talks about her traumatic childhood, her unstable mother, her need for connection. Mary responds with sympathy, and that sympathy slides into emotional dependency. Then the boundaries evaporate. Mary starts having sexual fantasies involving Grace. These fantasies are intense, vivid, and invasive. Sometimes Grace appears seductive. Sometimes she appears predatory. Sometimes Mary wakes up unsure whether something actually happened or not. The film deliberately blurs fantasy and reality, and Mary's mental state becomes increasingly unreliable. Tom, meanwhile, grows suspicious, not because he's emotionally perceptive, but because he's territorial and judgmental. He notices Mary's fixation on Grace and starts prying into Grace's past. Things escalate fast. Mary discovers signs that Grace may not be who she says she is. Grace's backstory doesn't check out. She may have been fired from previous nanny jobs. She seems to be manipulating situations to isolate Mary from Tom. But here's the real twist, the one the film saves for last. Mary didn't imagine the fantasies. She created Grace. Grace is not a separate person. She is a dissociative identity Mary developed during childhood trauma. Mary's mind split and Grace emerged as a coping mechanism. Every interaction with Grace was real to Mary, but Grace only existed within her psyche. Mary herself had been switching identities. Mary was the one who slept with Tom while dissociated as Grace. Mary was the one manipulating events. Mary was the one who killed Tom while in the Grace identity.